Welcome to this essential training on modernizing standard operating procedures. Most SOPs today are long, text-heavy documents that employees struggle to use effectively. They're buried in systems and don't engage workers in their daily tasks. Today, we'll transform this approach by learning 10 practical rules to convert traditional SOPs into powerful speech content, short, visual, and interactive training that actually works. Rule number 1 is fundamental. One speech equals one goal. Every piece of training content should focus on one specific task or objective. This laser focus makes learning more effective and content easier to manage. Instead of creating broad, overwhelming training modules, we break everything down into digestible, actionable pieces. Here's a practical example of Rule 1 in action. Don't create a single comprehensive speech on cleanroom behavior. That's too broad. Instead, break it down into specific, actionable components. How to enter a cleanroom properly, how to gown up correctly, and how to sanitize equipment before use. Each becomes its own focused training piece. Rule number 2, cut the fluff. Traditional SOPs often start with lengthy introductions, regulatory context, and company history. While this information might be important for documentation, it's not what operators need to do their job effectively. We need to focus on actionable content that directly supports task completion. Here's how dramatic this transformation can be. A typical SOP paragraph like, according to ISO 13485 and FDA guidelines, this document aims to ensure traceability of product release through the application of batch control procedures becomes simply, follow these 4 steps to complete batch release. The key question to ask is, what would a new employee need to see or do after watching this? Rule number 3 is show, don't tell. Instructions without demonstration have limited impact. Visual content clarifies instantly and removes ambiguity. Instead of describing a process in words, we demonstrate it visually using real equipment and real workplace scenarios. This approach dramatically improves comprehension and retention. Rule number 4 emphasizes thinking micro. Microlearning is effective because it's easy to retain and apply immediately. Instead of creating 20-minute training videos that overwhelm learners, we aim for 2 to 5 minutes maximum. This approach respects people's attention spans and makes training more accessible during busy work schedules. Here's how to apply the micro approach practically. If your SOP has 12 steps, don't cram them all into one long session. Instead, create 2 focus speeches, Part 1 covering prep and setup with steps 1 through 5, and Part 2 covering execution and closing with steps 6 through 12. Each piece should answer, what do I need to know right now to do my job? Rule number 5, add voice and face. Human voice increases trust and retention significantly. Whether you use real voices or AI avatars, adding a human element makes training more engaging and trustworthy. People connect better with content when there's a human presence guiding them through the process. Rule number 6, highlight what matters. Don't let learners guess what's important. Use visual cues like arrows, overlays, and bold colors to direct attention to critical elements. When showing a process, zoom in on the exact area of focus rather than showing everything at once. This guided attention improves learning outcomes significantly. Rule number 7 is about making content interactive. Watching is passive, but doing is powerful. Add simple interactive elements to transform passive viewing into active learning. Even basic interactions like multiple choice questions or click zones can dramatically improve knowledge retention and engagement. Rule number 8 emphasizes using real context. Forget stock images and generic examples. Show your actual machines, your real workplace, your specific equipment. When your SOP covers changing a filter on line 3, record that exact machine, not a drawing or another line's version. Authenticity makes training immediately applicable. Rule number 9, make it searchable. If people can't find the training, it doesn't exist. Tag each speech systematically by process, machine, site, and use case. Consistent tagging makes content discoverable when employees need it most, during actual work situations. Here's a practical tagging example. A speech titled, Line Clearance Before Batch Start, could be tagged with hashtag line 3, hashtag packaging, hashtag GMP, hashtag start batch, and hashtag France site. This systematic approach ensures the right people find the right content at the right time. Train your team to tag content consistently before publishing. Rule number 10. Update easily. SOPs evolve, and your content should too. If it takes weeks to update training, it will be outdated the moment it's published. Build your speech in modular chunks so you can edit small parts without starting from scratch. Quick updates keep content current and relevant. Let me give you a practical example of easy updates. When a change in cleaning protocol requires new PP, instead of re-recording everything, you simply swap the one video segment where gloves are shown. This modular approach means updates can be completed in 10 minutes instead of hours or days. Modernizing SOPs isn't about making them pretty, it's about making them useful. In the flow of work, for real people, in real environments. When you apply these 10 rules, you move from passive documentation to active enablement. You ensure employees actually learn, apply, and repeat the right way every time.
Here's your action plan. Next time you're handed a 30-page SOP, don't convert it word for word. Break it down, simplify it, make it visual, make it searchable. That's not just creating training, that's creating operational excellence. Start today. Pick one SOP. Apply 3 of these rules. Start small and watch the impact grow.